Hello, my name is Kevin Tobin. I'm one of the owners of Peak Experiences, but I'm also the director of Passages, and I wanted to give you a quick update on how our summer was. And so this was my 22nd summer as the director of Passages. Last summer was definitely the heaviest lift that I've ever experienced for a couple reasons. It was challenging because, again, we're another summer kind of in this COVID climate, but also we had 1,300 campers. That's about 20% more than we've ever had before. And it's not like we've got unlimited room at Passages. And so we were really excited to put all 190 staff at Passages to work throughout the summer, and we had a tremendous time. The weather cooperated, the park cooperated, the river cooperated, but still was very, very challenging, but absolutely worthwhile. And so this is the time of year where we are cleaning things up, we are putting things away, we're taking inventory, we're evaluating our experience, the experience of our campers and staff and parents, and then kind of culminating all that information to figure out what our offerings are going to be next summer. And so I know June seems a long way away, but our registration for Passages is going to open up in November. And so we have to have answers to all those questions before we open up our registration. And so I think that because so many camps had shut down and options were limited, it really drove a lot more people to Passages. I think that as other programs, other camps begin to open up, there's going to be more competition for those customers. So we're going to have to work smarter and harder to get that many campers, if not more, to come back next summer to Passages. So that's where you come in. We will definitely need your help. And so the feedback that we've culled through so far from last summer has been absolutely tremendous. But as always, there are things for us to improve upon, both big and small. One of our biggest undertakings going into the summer was to look at inclusion, to look at gender equity, and see how those things are handled kind of within our practices and within our culture. And so we do feel as though we move those needles in the right direction, but of course there is always a lot more work to be done, and we will stay on that. We always have room for improvement in our logistics and our communication, and so in our staff training, so we're always working on those things. But if you didn't see camp in action this summer, I do want you to know that our staff put forth an absolute Herculean effort to make this summer happen and to make it as incredible as it could possibly be. And so we looked at our undertaking as this summer in particular is making up for the crummy existence that our campers have had for the last 16 months. And so that is a tall order, but I feel like we really succeeded in a number of ways. And so we had a lot of climbing, a lot of kayaking, a lot of rappelling, a lot of zip lining, a lot of river swimming, a lot of mountain biking, a lot of wilderness survival, and a lot of hiking expedition. And I'm happy that I'm so psyched that when Passages get started and I can kind of head outside with staff, but I'm also excited for this part of the cycle where our staff are back home, our campers are at home, and we're back at the drawing board. And so please be on the lookout for more information about Passages so that you can speak confidently and competently about Passages to the customers that we see in our climbing centers. And if you have any questions or concerns or problems, my cell number is 804-337-7886, and my email address is tobin@peakexperiences.com. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a big up to Ari, our assistant director, to Julie, our registrar, and for the support specifically from Keith and from Neil and from Scott and from Molly and from Sam, as well as the staff that were working in the climbing centers and MODs when Advanced Camp was coming in or when Base Camp was operating. So we've got a lot to teach you about Passages. Normally, we would be spoon feeding you that information throughout the year in staff trainings, and so we haven't been able to offer those staff trainings in the climbing centers just until recently. So be on the lookout for more information. Thank you for your support of camp, and as a reminder, Passages is not one company and the climbing centers are another company. We all work at Peak Experiences, so we want to make sure that our campers and our camp staff are in full support of our climbing centers, and we need that support from you too. Thanks.